For the last 200 years, archaeology has been important, especially those in America and around the world. There's been discoveries of ancient civilizations. There were giants on the earth in those days. These discoveries have been locked away through help from the Smithsonian Institution and other elitist group organizations who control these things. They want to keep this knowledge from the world because the things that they've found are truly amazing. Ancient cities, capacities must have been tens of thousands of people, roads, highways, plumbing, artifacts that depict flying machines, helicopters, submarines. They found things such as the Black Knight satellite. Other things on artifacts as depicted cigar-shaped UFOs, triangular-shaped UFOs, and other things. Recently we've seen these UFOs over the war-torn areas of the Middle East and other places. Ancient paintings and manuscripts depict the power of these ancient technology. This is another place that's ancient. These things here cannot be explained by the geologists and the people who study them in any other way than they're just amazed by it. We still have some of these people around. Cities are found all the time. The discoveries buried, quieted. The discoverers are never published. This is Mohenjo-Daro, where they found evidence of an amazing thing. Antarctica have found evidence of amazing things in Antarctica. Ancient technology going back tens of thousands of years. Mankind is much older than we have been told. They have found things that should have been impossible to stone hunter-gatherers using stone tools and things like that. But these magnificent finds have shown that these people had a great technology. A technology that has been discovered, or I should say rediscovered, studied, and is now being used by the New World Order Illuminati faction, by those who want to control the rest of the world through means of force, coercion, and any other way they can do it. In the last 200 years, they have found crafts that defy gravity, things that defy even space and time, things that you would call alien UFO technology, which is nothing more than ancient technology from a time where giants roamed the earth, men of renown, men of great strength who could do marvelous things. See, they found more and more evidence that these ancient discoveries held powerful capabilities. Capabilities that could be used for their purpose of world domination. In Mohenjo-Daro, there's been evidence found of nuclear blasts. The ground and the area around there is vitrified, which means it's been turned into glass because of the extreme heat. This heat can only be produced in such a great area by an atomic blast or some similar weapon. This evidence has been seen and covered up by the Illuminati. They want to keep this information secret from the world because they intend on using it. And use it they have. These skeletons in Mohenjo-Daro were found instantly killed. This is a group known as the Skull and Bones. From it has come many presidents. The New World Order. A theory? Ask these guys. It's no theory. They flaunt their ways right in front of our face, right under our nose, using our own tax dollars to do it. Sometime in the, I'd say maybe the 50s, 60s, something like that, the U.S. discovered through radar something that scared them. A satellite on a polar orbit. They thought it was of Russian descent. The Russians thought it was of American descent. Neither was right. So in an attempt to find out what this thing was, the space race was created. They had to get up there and find out what this thing was and what was going on. They claim they have not been able to access this Black Knight satellite, but I believe that they have and brought a lot of information from it. The Apollo moon missions followed. There they discovered many more things that were amazing, many more new, powerful weapons, new technology, new to them, but ancient technology. These vehicles are the ones that we see as cigar-shaped vehicles. This is an astronaut on Apollo 20 mission standing on some old ruins on the moon. The size of the ship that they found is unbelievable. It's huge. Those who piloted the ship were human, not alien. They had great technological advancements. From there, they collected a lot of computer technology, fiber optics, many, many things. From there, they learned about this craft, learned of this mothership, and they learned also how to build their own. Build it they did, used it they have. The Black Knight satellite spacecraft. They've learned how to build them and use them as well. More and more UFOs have been seen in the last 10 years than have ever been seen ever, because the Illuminati is sending a message President Kennedy tried to speak out against him 7 days before his assassination. He tried to tell the world about this secret group. These men with power who would do anything to control the world, who worked for one purpose: world domination. Their god is Lucifer. Their ways are corporate and vicious, methodical, ancient. Bloodlines go back many, many generations. With this technology, these families, these powerful, wealthy groups learned just how capable and how powerful these technologies could be to them. So they did all they could to find as much as they could, to find out how it worked, where it was, how they could get it. All of this information is known thanks to the internet. Before then, it was known to just a few. Places like Petra, where the doors are built for a man that's 10 feet tall, not 5 feet tall. Huge structures. There's proof that they knew of technologies beyond ours, like technologies of frequency. From India, they learned of great battles that were fought in ancient times between warring tribes in this era. This is the same era as Atlantis, the same era that destroyed itself. The Illuminati wants this power to remain in their hands so that they can keep control over the population, keep control of the world, so that they can rule without any problems. They continue to search and continue to find. September 11th, 1991, 10 years before 9/11, President Bush gave the world notice of the New World Order. These UFOs since then have appeared everywhere, making people convinced that there are aliens, another race of beings out there that come and visit us from the stars, that are a threat to us. When this could be a possibility that these aliens are created by these powerful government groups. All of this technology has been re-engineered and recreated, duplicated, and used. It's been used many times and has more and more recently been seen in war-torn areas, where it gives the appearance that aliens are watching over and possibly have something to do with the conflicts going on below. Nothing could be farther from the truth. This is the Illuminati New World Order showing its power, testing its weapons, capabilities, and monitoring the reaction of the public and of the people who witness these things. These craft have been witnessed, recorded, viewed by upstanding people of all walks of life. They've been viewed from all points. They've been known of for some time. And they've been seen being escorted by F-16s. How about that? Recently we've seen evidence of technologies that we had no idea what is even going on with it. Are they creating a singularity with these things? They now have this technology that is so powerful, they can inflict destruction upon this world anywhere, anytime. And they've done it before. They've done it before under the guise of terrorism. This is controlled opposition for them to create wars, to create false things that's going on, which is all orchestrated by them themselves, so that they can expand on their stuff. These holes, for instance, in this building are very similar to the holes in this giant spacecraft on the moon. Could it be the same weapon? Possibly. The vehicles around New York City on 9/11 that were hit by a weapon of unimaginable force. This incident brought our country, to its knees. Our rights since then have dwindled. They continue to dwindle until we have actually seen our people being brought out of their homes with guns pointed at them because of individuals who they claim they're searching for, because of controlled opposition events and false flag events that they've created. They're seeing how far they can push us right in front of our face. They do this in the open. They do this in trickery. They do these things. It's a requirement for their belief system that they tell us what's going on. So they do. But no one listens. No one listens. No one wonders what happens to the money, the billions of dollars that disappears, and there's no accounting for it, that the taxpayers have paid. This is where it goes. Into these black projects, into these massive things that they are doing. And it's not just with UFOs. Their plans run deep. They have contingency plan for a third world war, where when it all is done, they will be in total control, and they will have the population reduced to a size that they believe is the proper size. These families, the Rockefeller families, Rothschilds, Bilderbergs, they're all part of this. The 10 FEMA regions were part of this plan. Part of the whole thing from a long time ago. They've been working on this plan for a long time. Recently, they've been able to implement it with alarming and frightening pace. They are bringing their religion out and exposing it to the world. Men like this die when they go up against them. Right in our face. They entertain us with the evils that they practice, their witchcraft, their satanic ways. Our leaders are all part of this organization. This is real. This could not be more real. This is what they are working on. There is no real opposition except for them and us. They plan on doing things like this, making a major highway through the United States, down into the South America, major trade route to Canada. They intend on nuclear war to bring us to our knees, to erase the population and reduce it to a controllable, manageable level. They intend on doing this, and they have a plan. They plan on being safe and sound, deep underground in their installations. They have been working on these for years, and they have them all around the world, all under the United States. They're all connected through high-speed rail that is able to run very fast, very fast. These underground bunkers, once they're built, are impregnable. Absolutely, just about impregnable. They have their war machines. They have their supplies. They have prepared. They are ready to sit it out and wait it out while the world above them is destroyed. This is an entrance to one of them. This is how they go in. But once they're in, they go deep. They go far. The machines that they use turn the rock into liquefied rock. It melts it and disperses it around them to form a very strong hole, very strong tunnel, huge tunnel. This group plans on hiding out, fortifying, holding out for as long as it takes for the air to clear and for the people to die off. There are some that are very privy to this information. Most are not. The technologies that they have can produce things that are amazing to us. They can create sights that aren't there. But these things are real. They may be creating some that aren't. They have created dangerous viruses in an attempt to decrease the population and to begin their mass hysteria. They've created robotics, things that can do amazing feats, things that will kill on demand, run faster than a cheetah. Finished product would look something like this. Covered with fur, would you know the difference? These will all be weaponized, and these will all be used. They will be used as security measures. We already see drones patrol our skies. They launch missiles from anywhere on the earth. This is Pet Man, capable of doing amazing things. With Google Glass, people like our president promoting these things, they can gather the technology and information on us that they need to control us. Because the more information one has, the more you can control the person. They even are advancing to be able to put somebody in jail for something that they haven't done yet through a psychological profile. New technologies that they have like this can disable a man in seconds. They can make people hear transmissions. It's called voice to skull, and they have used it. These craft have been filmed, photographed in many different places. They push their alien agenda on us in all kinds of forms. They have equipment like this that is a cell phone dump. The owl is one of their representatives. We see them move millions of tons of war equipment around our country. For what? There's no war here. Not yet. But they intend on there being one. These are the 10 kingdoms that spoke of the New World Order. Through their technological advancements, through ancient technology brought to the front that they have reinvented, possibly they will threaten us with an alien attack and make the world think that we are being attacked by aliens, and then they'll come in and they'll save the day. They will create a crisis and then they will solve it themselves, and everyone will fall for it. These things that I have brought to you today are very real. All of the things that they have found are very real. You're not going to hear about them on the 5 o'clock news. You're not going to see them in the Smithsonian Institution, because it's technology that they don't want you to know about. They spend vast amounts of money to keep this information hidden. Just recently, we've learned that this is the Sky Dreadnought seen over Ukraine. In broad daylight, as watching over and making its presence well known to those below, showing in force what they have, the capabilities that they have. These Sky Dreadnoughts have been seen in outer space. They've been seen by the sun. They've been seen all throughout the galaxies. Other types of craft have been witnessed, documented, photographed, verified as being real. Still, many people will not believe it, because the reality is frightening. The reality that this is real is very frightening, because that means we have a hell of an enemy to face. And the reality is that we do. They are already assaulting us on all levels, through the food that we eat, the air that we breathe. These organizations sicken us, control us, hurt us, and do what they want. But they're just about done, and their power is almost at its peak, to where they can set off the final blow. They can bring in their new world order with ease. With ease. Because who's going to stand up against alien technology threats? People think that they're coming from other worlds. When they're nothing more than ancient technology that's been here for thousands of years. Man has been around for thousands of years. Evidence has been found and buried again of this fact. The evidence of man being modern man for hundreds of thousands of years is known to them. Yet they continue to push that we come from the ape. Well, that has been a very effective way to make their whole thing work. Through the discoveries that they've made, the Apollo missions, the ancient technology that they've studied, that they've brought back to life, the powerful things that they've learned, the things that it does, through the documents of Nikola Tesla and others like him, that as soon as these people pass away, their stuff disappears, just like all of these ancient artifacts disappear. There is proof beyond reasonable doubt of these things, of all these things. Even proof that the stories about what was going on with Noah in the Bible is very real. That man at that time had been manipulating the genetic structures through contact with Satan, Lucifer. They learned things and they put them into practice, creating giants, creating abominations. This same structure existed then that exists now. Maybe not all of it, but it was very, very similar. Great advancements they had made, insomuch that there wasn't much that they couldn't do. Today we face a time when our freedom has been under threat of tyranny, and the pace has quickened and intensified rapidly since the controlled opposition event on 9/11 was set into motion. We knew then that they were ready to implement their plan. You see, we own firearms, and that is a big problem for them. We're not going to do very good with swords and Molotov cocktails. But a population armed with the same firepower that they have is a problem for them. So they create more false flag events. They take more freedoms away. We now have threat of an EMP pulse being detonated. The lights being shut off. Electricity will disappear. World will be in conflict. They will go into their bunkers and they will win. This is Chatty Dad 1. I hope everyone's well, and I hope you've learned a lot from this that I've brought you today. Remember, never give up your guns. It's all that stands between us and total tyranny and takeover by the New World Order, the Illuminati. This is Chatty Dad 1, over and out.